All right, welcome back to Calgary Barbell. I'm here, I'm back, we're back. I know we were MIA for a week there. I got the plague and I am weak now. I lost a bunch of strength and I lost 4-5 kilos of body weight and I don't feel great about it. We're currently 85 days from Westerns, which will be my qualifier for Worlds, and 190 days from Worlds. I keep countdowns on my phone. So yeah, last week I got sick. I don't know what it was. I tested negative for COVID, so I don't know whether that means anything or not. But yeah, it sucked. I had a lot of light sensitivity. I basically laid there on the couch with my arm over my eyes because I couldn't look at the TV or the sunlight coming into the room. My glasses, the pressure of just wearing normal glasses was too much and was giving me a splitting headache. I was basically nonverbal on the couch, cold sweating for about 5.5 days before it broke. And it was the sickest I can recall being in my adult life. Nutrition was, if I could handle it, like a tube of crackers per day. And I think I had ice cream a couple times because it felt nice in my throat. And it sucked. Anyways, we're back this week. Lifts are down well beyond where we started the block. So that can be a bit disheartening, but you know, easy come, easy go, and hopefully easy come again. I'm hoping within a couple weeks I'll be able to get the body weight back on. I'll be able to get the strength back up. You know, I think that it's probably really easy to kind of freak out in this sort of scenario and be like, wow, I lost almost 5 kilos of body weight. What the hell am I gonna do? This is a disaster, and get really sort of upset about it. But at the end of the day, there's no way I lost 5.5 or 5 kilos of tissue, right? It's glycogen stores, it's dehydration, it's probably a bit of tissue. But again, we got to think about it, and I was talking to Derek about this yesterday actually. It's really inefficient for your body to break down protein, or break down muscle, sorry, into energy sources. It's gonna go after your fat first. So I'm gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay. We're gonna make it. Yeah, it's a bummer to be, you know, having to use as little weight as I had to use this week. You know, I came in on Monday and my squat, I think I squatted the same as where I started the block, like 210 for 6. Bench is down a lot. I was very weak, 152.5 for 5 on Monday. And deadlifts, yeah, I mean, I was playing it pretty conservative with deadlifts beforehand, but I think I maybe worked up to like 250 for 6. Something like that. And then by the time I left the gym on Monday, I was having some of the most extreme muscle soreness that I have felt that I can remember. I was yelling to sit down and stand up for 24 hours. Fast forward, I got that session in Tuesday, I got another session in Thursday, and the Thursday session felt a little bit better. I was having a lot of trouble still like breathing, I was coughing a lot, runny nose, that kind of stuff. And it's all just kind of hangers on in terms of symptoms, you know. I don't think I'm still sick or anything like that. So as I've gotten back into the swing of things, it's been getting better and better and better. I've been able to start the week at about 3,000 calories, going from my tube of crackers to now, I think yesterday I got about 4,600 or 4,700 calories. So just about back up to a full day's usual sort of intake for nutrition. Right now has been about 5,000 calories, which is what had me at RIP, but had me at about 121 kilos, which was feeling pretty good. And yeah, so, you know, just kind of getting back in the swing of things, getting caught up on a lot of work that I missed, and trying to get back to making some cool stuff on the internet. So yeah, squished sort of day 1 and 2 into one day, and then had a couple of pretty small sessions. Today's session was kind of the first one that was more in line with what I would have normally done. Now the plus side of having taken a week where my body was decaying and shutting down on the couch and not moving was that I came into this week with some of those little aches and pains kind of just gone. You know, I was able to do incline bench today and it felt pretty good, no pain. Before my illness, I couldn't incline bench the bar because my shoulders hurt that much. So yeah, maybe a bit of a silver lining there with just clearly the body needed a lot of rest, and you know, some good and some bad. But another thing I want to mention really quick is we are continuing the word of the day, question of the day system. And what that means is that if you use the word of the day contained in this video in a comment below, wherein you ask a good question that provokes thoughtful discussion, and we choose your question, you're gonna win a gift certificate that is good for the price of one Calgary Barbell t-shirt. Or
okay, good, you got it.
Yeah, I got you. Or I think we're gonna start maybe giving away a month or two free Calgary Barbell app access. So I don't know. Do we want to just tell people what they want? Do we want to let people choose?
They can choose.
We'll let them choose?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we will leave the choice up to you. If you're chosen, we'll reach out and we will get you what you want.
Well, first reach out to us because we don't know their email.
Right. Yeah. If you win, reach out to us. You can email support@calgarybarbell.com and then we'll get going from there and get you your prizes. I think we've got everything to them up to date, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we've gotten everybody their prizes up till now. We got a question chosen.
Yep.
And ready to rock for today.
Yep.
So lay it on me.
This one comes
Bill.
from Charlie Frost 8396. My question is, when do you know when to test PRs? I feel like I'll be able to beat my old PRs, but I don't know when testing a PR would fit into a block/program.
So, when to test PRs and when it fits into your program. Now, you know, I think the first thing that comes to mind is that most programs or blocks of programming, for example, if we look at some of the wonderful over 50 options that are available in the Calgary Barbell training app, a number of them have a planned peak and taper at the end of the program. So there's a sort of build up and there's a taper, which is meant to alleviate some of the fatigue that you build up from training really hard. And then there's a testing day that, you know, these programs, some of them are meant to be run into a competition or a meet, or into sort of just a gym test. If your program doesn't have something like that, you can always, you know, put a sort of test day at the end, but you might have some trouble trying to go from your sort of peaking to hitting a PR and being able to display and exhibit that strength in a training session. So what I recommend is, number one, plan far in advance. Make it part of the plan if you're gonna hit a PR. Don't just do it because it feels good and you can, unless of course that PR somehow fits into the program. For example, if you're doing singles at 7 or 8 and you can hit a new PR at a 7 or 8 RPE, great, go ahead. But I wouldn't force it in the middle of a program, and I wouldn't just arbitrarily, kind of willy-nilly decide that you're gonna test your maxes. I think that probably, and this is gonna be a sort of general rule of thumb for a more novice lifter, probably 3 or 4 times a year would be a good time or a good amount of time to test for a new PR when you're in your first like 3 to 4 years. Beyond that, I would say you want to be testing and going into that absolute max intensity less often, maybe twice a year. And you know, I think a powerlifting meet, that there is not a better way to test your max for the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift than to do a powerlifting meet. There are lots of local competitions. Many would argue there are not enough local competitions, and I think in a lot of cases they'd be right, especially in Canada right now. But if you can get into a local competition, that is the best place to test your max. You're gonna have good spotters, you're gonna know that you have lifted to a competition standard, and who knows, you might just make a bunch of friends and become part of a great community and get hooked on this beautiful thing that has completely encompassed my life now. So I love to share that with people. However, if that's not you, that's not your speed, that's not your style, that's okay. I would say try to find a program that works into a test that's meant to conclude with testing your maxes. And again, you know, the Calgary Barbell app is a great place to go for that. Also, we do have a free 16-week program that also culminates in a test. So you can go to calgarybarbell.com, you can download that for free, and then you can try that out, and that has a built-in peak, taper, all that kind of stuff. So instead of just, you know, faffing about with your training, you can get on a good program that has helped many people, and it has, like I said, a structure to allow you to test your maxes. So I know it can be tempting, especially when you're early on, but it can have some unintended consequences and really disrupt your training if you just start throwing in maxes and you're faffing about in your training. So, and with that being said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, happy whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're safe and having a good time and spending time with your family. And if you hate Christmas, then that's fine. I kind of hate it sometimes too, but enjoy spending time with people and stay safe. And we hope everybody's doing well. If you have any questions about anything, make sure to get your entries in the comments below. Leave a like if you liked it. And we really appreciate all of our new subscribers and everybody who's maybe new to the channel and checking us out for the first time. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye-bye.